Good morning. 6 o'clock, heading out, going to get the first dumpster. We gotta head to Cave Creek. We got 3 or 4 other dumpsters after that, plus a couple of junk jobs sprinkled in throughout the day. So we're gonna take Mrs. Muscle with us. It's gonna be a good day. These are Jerusalem donkeys. There's so many of them in Arizona. They're actually pretty wild. Kind of go back and forth to Lake Pleasant. You can see the cross that goes down their back. That's why they call them Jerusalem donkeys. And these things take craps all over our town. It's gross, but they're cool to watch. Well, 6:44. It's fairly light out. Kind of hard to tell, but you can actually see what you're doing now. Last night we were working in the dark. I guess it was around 6:45, 7 o'clock. The tarp system broke another weld where it mounts to that shelf up on top of the gooseneck, and so I went over to a friend's house and he had a pretty good sized welder that should hold it together. But we were out there until, well, it was after 7. I'll put a video in it now. But working in the dark, wake up in the morning, you got a busy day, you start in the dark. Feels good to be working though. Let's see, that looks good and full. These dumpsters are usually pretty heavy from this property. We've done about 20 or 30 dumpsters for this family. So drop off the empty one, pick up the full one. This would be a lot easier with the hook lift. Truck's in reverse. See how heavy this is. Tires don't look like they're suffering too bad. Not yet. Is it straight? Looks fairly straight. Go. Got that one swapped out. Now, this customer has rented so many dumpsters from us. And even before that, I was helping him do junk removal on the property before they started construction. And they've just been really, really kind and loyal with us. So we appreciate them tremendously, for sure. And we've learned a lot from them. You know, it's part of the biggest serendipity of this business is meeting the people that we serve and that we help and that we work with, because we get to learn about them, right? We get to trade stories, and a lot of these people are older than us. Our average customer is probably at least 10 to 20 years older than us. And so we get to hear their stories and learn from them and find out where they're from. It's just an awesome serendipity of this business. But this customer, how we've worked it out is we kind of expect them to have up to 3 tons in a dumpster. Sometimes they're over that. Rarely they're under that. But we just invoice them each time we swap them out. And initially they had 3 dumpsters on site for weeks and weeks. And then now it's usually just 1 dumpster and swap it out once a month or so. Over the scales, this one weighs 4,700 pounds. So actually a little lighter than their typical construction dumpsters. Let's get it emptied, and then I'm gonna grab a different container for the next delivery. I need to get all of our dumpsters branded, and I think I found someone that can help us figure out the logo file for cutting it out on our own vinyl cutter. I didn't want to use the previous company anymore, and they were kind of insulting actually when I asked for the files. So we went with the recommendation of Cody from Blue Collar Haulers to pick up a vinyl cutter from this company called US Cutter. And it's like a medium, middle of the road, maybe towards higher of the road quality in terms of vinyl cutters. Definitely can be used for commercial work. And this customer I had used to own a branding company, and so he worked with a lot of high-end vinyl cutters, and so he's actually going to help us recreate the font or the file that we can import to cut out our logos that will match our existing branding. There's Alex at the loader. This is last week at the transfer station. He's heading out to the landfill. Well, that was interesting. The load inspector was here today. So what he does is he looks at your receipt and he checks your license plate and who you are and what you're dumping, and then he actually inspects what you dump out of your container. And I've seen him here 3 or 4 times. The first time I ever saw him, I had a refrigerator in the trailer that I didn't dump in the appliance section, and probably nor did I pay for. And it was a few years ago, but he was questioning me why I had the fridge, and I was like, gosh, I don't know what to tell you here, boss. I just had a fridge. What's the big deal? He kind of educated me on how the city of Phoenix expects you to not only pay for the fridge, but also take it to the right spot. After that, we just started taking fridges to the recycler because we didn't want to deal with that. But anyways, gonna give this container a bath, and it'll go out this afternoon. So let's go pick up a different container with our branding on it. Just gave this dumpster a bath and loaded up a bunch of tools. We have a junk job to go do, and then we got another dumpster booking today. So we have a total of, I think, 5 dumpsters and 3 junk jobs. It's gonna be a full day. Look who we got to help. What's up? Miss Muscle's in the house. The shelf goes, mattress, all the wood. Here's Muscles. How'd it go, Muscles? It's about a half a dumpster, right? Almost. It's maybe a third of a dumpster. Good work. Just wrapped up our first junk job of the day. We need to switch dumpsters now and start making deliveries.
hear it.
Mrs. Muscle, how was that dumpster drop off?
It's the first time it's fallen off the rails and made a loud sound.
That's the first time you've seen it.
Oh, you've done it?
It's happened to me a few times. So when the trailer, or even if you're on a truck system, gets too far out of angle with the dumpster, then the dumpster is likely to fall off the rails. It's just gravity, right? It pulls it the other direction. Well, this time, the reason why I had to turn so much is because there was another car in front of the truck. So I ended up getting a 2x6 and wedging it in between the rail and this cross member on the trailer, and then just pulled forward and yanked it off of there, and it came down with a good thump. So that's done, but it was still at an angle. So what I did was I just used the trailer and I backed into the dumpster gently and just kind of pushed it back where the customer wanted it. So he's happy, we're happy. We didn't hit a car. Our equipment seems fine. So we're gonna go drop off this painting back here. It's flipped backwards, but it's a painting from a firefighting team that I think was out of the country. And one of our customers wanted us to donate it to the firefighting museum, which is called the Hall of Flame. You gonna get it out?
Maybe when we get out.
Maybe when we get there, we'll show you. Show and tell. What do we got here? Come closer. What's this say? Presented to Temecula Fire Department, sister city in Holland. Wow, that's cool. Oh, we're heading east on Carefree Highway, second time today. Mrs. Muscle's just finishing up her breakfast. Was it good?
Oh yeah.
Overnight oats with protein powder, you know it. Get your fiber and your protein, y'all. We say y'all since we're in Desert Hills? I think so. Let's go drop off a dumpster. So how we found this next customer was through their realtor. Their realtor found us online because the previous owners, like before they sold the house, had so much trash. So we went and did a full load for them a couple weeks ago. The transaction occurred, the new owners came in and they're doing a flip on the house. So they're cleaning it out, tearing out the kitchen and cabinets and all that stuff. So that's why we're dropping the dumpster off. Shut the door.
Let's hear it. That looks like a good time.
We're in another neighborhood, about to drop off a dumpster 2 minutes away. This customer called me this morning. Hey, is there any way I can get a dumpster today? Yes, there is. And we had a little bit of time in our schedule where we could make this happen. So always glad to add another dumpster to the list. Today's a fairly busy day. We've taken out 5 dumpsters total, and then a couple, 2 or 3 junk jobs outside of that. So it's a pretty full day. I'm sure thankful to have Mrs. Muscle's help. It definitely makes the day go smoother. And I just enjoy hanging out with my bride. Maybe some of you married people out there feel the same way, or maybe not, I don't know, but I do. This guy's doing a junk removal clean out, and he found our little dumpster business. So kind of interesting, right? Being that we're in both junk removal and dumpsters, we're able to help somebody else out that's getting going.
Yeah.
Neighborhood block watch. Okay, literally across the street is this. That's got to get cleaned up, y'all. Get on that block watch. They're not roller skates, but they help. just dropped off our 5th dumpster of the day, and we gotta head and pick up another one from our yard, empty it, and then go do some junk removal. That's the plan, at least. Hopefully our customers are not gonna cancel on us. We had one cancel.
The real work.
The real work begins, not just this driving around, enjoying air conditioning, drinking Olipop and talking about our kids and whatever else. But while we were there, yeah, the customer hires to a full load of junk removal next week. That was a nice perk, a little serendipity. A big serendipity in my opinion. You fired up? Yeah. We're gonna go get our dumpster and unload it. On the way to the scrap yard, we're on the frontage road. And this guy is backing up this, 40-foot triple axle trailer like a pro. It's really impressive, actually. No pressure, but good work, dude. This dumpster is mostly scrap metal for a dumpster we delivered to a bank remodel job. We did a handful of banks for this contractor where we would provide several dumpsters each weekend, and they would do them over one weekend. So a lot of the cubicles and partitions and different things with the front tellered line and all of the desks and stuff were metal. So quite a bit of it was. So I've had this dumpster for 2 months just sitting in the yard. Didn't need the dumpster. I was like, I'll get to it when I have time. Today we had a little time, so we're gonna recycle it and then use the rest of the space in the dumpster for junk removal. That's the plan. Did you make this mess? That stuff that looks like glass? It's bulletproof glass. Or bullet resistant, they call it. What a mess. Who did this? He's trying to keep out the wood and stuff. It's a nice machine. John Deere RDO Rents. It's a 60G. I wonder what those cost. Maybe they cost 60 G's. Yeah, they have like a felt or carpet on the outside. A lot of this is wood. Like that piece he's grabbing is wood. That's wood. Still set to the side. Yeehaw! All the trash back in the dumpster. Destruction. Dumping all the plastic and wood back in there. Hold your breath. Ay caramba. That's a nice forklift. Well, that was some sweaty work, but the price of steel is up right now. I think you said it's doubled what it was. It was 2 cents a pound. I think it's up to 5 cents or more per pound. And they filled up one of those small dumpsters with steel. Now it's loose, but I don't know what it was. We got $83, whatever that is. I didn't even check the receipt, but we're heading to do a cardboard job and then hopefully hit the dump before we call it a day. All right, we're actually loading the dumpster back up now. The game plan was to clear out the entire garage full of boxes, like both walls are stacked with boxes. It would definitely fill up the rest of this dumpster. But when we were going over the budget with her, even though she approved it a couple weeks ago and had us come today, she was more interested in us cleaning up that piece in the back that had broken glass. It was like a broken fire pit. She never took out the box. So we dumped that over the side and we're gonna load up the dumpster and head over to the dump now. Call that a wrap on the week. Actually a wrap on the Friday. We work Saturdays. Thanks for watching.
Keep up the glass too.
Put tools away, go to the chiropractor, get a massage, cold plunge, eat lunch.